I introduce you Dr. Crystal Falk, the head of STP platform of HASTP. She will enlighten us on how API open up massive business opportunities. Crystal is responsible for various innovative and technology-related initiatives in Science Park. She aims to drive technology adoption in various industries like banking and finance sectors. Please welcome Crystal.
First of all, I would like to thank Patrick for bringing the API Days to Hong Kong. I think this passion is very important because API is just one technology, but how to really apply it in different industry is even more important. So thanks again. And thanks all the participants today coming to Science Park, and hope that you will enjoy the upcoming 2 days event. So today I would like to have an opening which is talking about the massive business opportunity when we are really using API properly, and how that we can really capture the value of data and functionality. But the truth in Hong Kong, I will still say that data silo is one key issue that we keep facing. No matter you are a technology company or you are a corporate, you should realize that we got plenty of data around the world in Hong Kong, but they still sit siloed within different industry or even just within the corporations. So this is one area that we would like to break through using API, because we see that if it happens in the future, actually there should be plenty of business opportunities for everybody. So imagine that if people being more open for data collaboration, first of all, we could try to really correlate different kind of data set and then aggregate the insights. Because what we want to know is better of our customer. So nowadays, we keep talking about customer 360. But if we just look at the customer from our own perspective, it's never up to be a 360 of our customer. So the first one is if we open up our mindset and then we try to collaborate with data, then we can collect more insight for each customer. And finally, there should be some new business opportunity for every one of us. So there are some examples. For example, if I'm going to do a targeted marketing to my customer base, actually I should know their behavior, not only within like their behavior in entertainment, but their behavior in work or living. All these will make my targeted promotion even more effective. And also for banking and insurance, they should know much more about their customer in order to generate new product and new pipeline for their own business. So all these are the business opportunities if we get connected with data. I would say that it is getting better today in Hong Kong. So starting from 2019, HKSTP is the central repository for the open banking API, which is initiated by HKMA. And right now we already have more than 1,200 APIs being on board from 28 banks in Hong Kong. So I believe that this is still the biggest API hub for banking right now in Hong Kong. And another good news is we are going to launch the Open Insurance API as well. So you can see that for banking and insurance, they know a little bit better about the value of data. So you can see that if these two combine together, right now we have a better future, which is open finance. So, but we don't want to just stay within two industries, which is banking and insurance. What we want is much more. So API is actually the best way for us to get connected. So we have launched the Open Banking API, Open Finance API, but as I said, we would like to extend the scope to even more industry, to make more synergy within different industry. So if you're interested, keep browsing our website, because the most updated API will keep being published within this website, and this is the one and only one central repository for banking and insurance API in Hong Kong. So what else? what else is like what else of industry that we would like to capture? So banking, finance, insurance is already in place. So how about retail and payment, transportation, smart IoT, smart city, something like that? All these solutions actually having a lot of data, and all this data could be get connected through just API. So what we would like to engage with customers, like we got one key stakeholder, which is the data providers. So what they need to do is just onboard their API onto the API hub, and the support that we could provide is not just onboarding. We also hope that we can get well protection for all these valuable data, and also help them to promote their data. Because if there are plenty of data in place within the API hub, but there's no user, no one will ever put their data on board in the future. So for Science Park, we hope that we not only drive the data providers, but we also want to recruit more data users. So I believe that many participants today, you actually on both sides. One time you could be the data provider, and the other time you probably will be the data user or data consumer. So we hope that we, as a platform, we could help to connect these two sides together and bring value to both of you in the future. So data is just one option for API. Another one that we see the value is actually the functionality. So I believe that many companies here today are actually the technology enablers. So if I'm a user, I also feel hard to choose the right solution for myself. Not like buying a car. If you are going to buy a car today, you probably know how to choose the car. You can choose up to your own usage or your own interest. If you are going to buy a lunch later on, hopefully you still know how to choose the food that you like. But the problem is not easy to choose a technology, because not everyone knows every technology. Even though there are plenty of options in the market, it's not easy to pick the one that really is suitable for me. So we hope that the API hub in the future also serve another purpose, which is allow the technology users to taste your technology first. One example is if you are working on a NLP solutions. In Science Park, at least 20 companies can do the NLP. But which NLP solution really is suitable for your application? That is not easy for you to evaluate. So within the API hub, we also want that you could allow the user to test out your NLP solution first, so that they know the performance and then they know how to work with you in the future. So as a solution provider, you can put your solution on display, which means that we hope that we could help you to promote your solutions. And if possible, through API, you could allow the potential users to really test out your NLP engine before they really know whether you are the suitable providers. And finally, we hope that we can also drive adoption and POC for you within the API hub. So the resources that we could provide are those partners within different industry. All these are really looking deep into technology adoption, but we should find one way to help them to be more comfortable during the adoption journey. So this is the upcoming feature that we would like to add it onto the API hub, so that we could help our park companies to really promote your technology to the end users. So this is how we see API. API is almost the easiest way for people to taste and test and use, no matter data and functionality. So what Science Park would like to do is really fusion. Fusion is mean getting every stakeholders close together. So for data, there should be data provider and data users. For functionality, same should be provider and users. And finally, we should engage closely with the industry players as well as the regulatory bodies. So all these are what we keep connecting and we keep adding all these stakeholders within our ecosystem, and hope that you could also be part of us. So if you're interested, the easiest way to go is to join our data community. It was being established in February this year. The reason that we set up the whole data community is to get everyone on the same page. I believe that some of you may try to engage like HSBC or other banks before. When you go to them, they will say, if you ask them for data properly, they will say no, because it's not easy. But what we can do is to get them ready first, mindset ready. So the mindset is not only on data itself, it's how to make value and business with data, and then how to solve it through a more secure and technical way. And finally, we should comply with all those legal and compliance requirements. So this is the first step when people join in the data community. When we are all on the same page, then we can try to chat, try to do more networking, try to understand each other better. So after this stage, mostly people are ready to collaborate. We could always start from small, but a small step could already be a big impact for some players in the industry. So we hope that people joining the data community really can get together and then finally come to a very strong collaboration. So at the same time, we will engage quite a lot with those government and regulatory bodies. And also, we want them to keep the community members updated on all these upcoming regulations or best practice that every industry may have their own ones. So we hope that you could be part of it in the upcoming future. And if you're interested, simply scan the QR code. And this is the final slide that I would like to share, but I hope that as a co-organizer for the API Day, you could enjoy the API Day in the upcoming 2 days again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Crystal, for the sharing about the opportunities of Open API and how Science Park is supporting these kind of Open API initiatives. API are transforming landscape and are truly reshaping the business industries. Now, let's explore the future of connected banking. Our next speaker, Richard Lord, the Managing Director and Regional CIO, Wholesale Bank at HSBC, as he shares his expertise and vision on this exciting topic. Richard is enthusiastic at API technology, like what Patrick just said. He was the active participant at API Day Hong Kong continuously.
The API Connect Hong Kong 2023 conference is powered by bNovelty Limited. Check out more API-related education content on bnovelty.com or apidays.hk for more information.